Okay, so in the run command, what do you do for this one here? This is quantity, right? You create the two parallel array. Right? One array for discount rate, right? And one array for quality limit. And remember that when you work with quality limit here, you work with the low end of range. Right? You work the low end of range. So if you look into the instruction here, what do you think? You have the two parallel array, right? One is for the item order and one for the discount rate here, right? How many elements is it array? How many? 5, right? And also think about this one here. I put it, I delete it here, right? So I have two parallel array now. The first one is item order item. Item. What I have in this array? What do you think? What I have in this array? Now tell me. What I have in this array? Like order item. What is the first element? 0. Yes. Remember that you take the low end of each range, right? So I have 0 for this one. What else? 11, right? And what else? 26, 51, right? 26, 51, and 101. Okay? And the second one is this cow here. This cow right here. Okay? They are parallel, right? That's why they have the same number of elements here, the same size here. And what I put it here, right? So again, for the parallel right here, right? I have a 5 here, I have 10, I have 15, I have 20, and I have 25 here, right? So I have 5. This one 5, right? 10, 15, 20, and 25. Okay. So this program, right? Now, first, you will identify that you have the two parallel array here, right? You write program in single code and project here that from user enter the number of items they wish to order. So for this one, I is asking you to get order from one customer only. You don't have to do it for multiple customers here. But anyway, if you want to do it with a multiple customer, it's okay. You just put them in the loop. That's all right. You just process it. If you want to do it again for multiple customers here, you do the loop. But for this one, I am asking you to do it for one customer. Because the purpose I want to find out, you understand the process, how you find out the discount rate. Okay, so now I write the program, right? There goes in the single code here. Enter the number of item here, right? So you know that if you want to enter the number here, right? So I have to start it. Right? Declaration here. This one, order number, discount rate here, and item. Order. Number order. Order number. Number. This one. Number formatting. Right? Number formatting. Okay, so now if I want to get the order number from the customer, you know that I have to use the processor from and input here, right? So I just use the prompt here. You know that that's the processor prompt, right? How many items you want to order? And I start into the variable here. I want to start in the variable here. Input. Okay, so now from the number of item order here, I have to find out, right? I have to find out if it can get the 0 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 or 25 here. Make sense? Okay, so for this one here, what is it? Should be actually should be 0 here, right? Because anyway, it doesn't matter. I make mistake for this one. It should be because from 0 to 10 it should be 0. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Now, what's this one here? right? Input the item number here. So now you have to find out, right? Based on the order number here, right? Based on number here, number. Right? So based on the order number, you can find out. You can have the 5 or 10 or 15 or 25, 20 or 25 discount rate. Right? Of course, you can work with the multiple netted decision. I mentioned it already in my slide here and in class already, right? I work here. Think about this one. Right? You check it here. Netted decision here. If greater than 101 or not, right? Greater than 100 or not. Again, greater than 50 or not. Again, check it greater than 20 or not. And again, check it greater than 10 or not. You can do it. But you see the program here. It netted decision very cumbersome. Right? Very cumbersome here. So instead of that, I can use the loop here. And instead of that, I can use the loop here. Instead of that, I can use the loop here. So how can I use the loop here? You see, if I work the Python here, I have to work the multiple netted decision here. Right? I have to work the multiple netted decision here. Again, the same problem, netted decision very cumbersome here. Now I work the loop here. You can see, if I work the loop here, what I do, I mentioned it in the class last week already. I starting from the higher range. Right? That's why here psi minus 1, because that is the last element. Because you know that the first index is number 0, right? So if you have a psi minus 1, that means last index, last element is the right here, right? So think about this one here. I starting from here. So see, I starting with X here. What's that? X is 0, 1, 2, 3. I starting with X number 3 here. Right? So what happened here? I keep doing the loop here. Right? Why the quantity less than here? Now think about this one. If I enter the quantity 50 here. So see, I check the condition here. Quantity here, 50, not less than 50. So what happened? If the quantity greater than any range here, I exit the loop. I don't do anything with the loop. You see, why is the quantity here 50 here less than 36 here? Not correct. Not correct. That means I don't go to the body of the loop. Right? I don't go to the body of the loop here. I just print it out here. Discount rate here. Right? I clear number 3. Right? So I have 20% discount. Make sense? 20% discount here. And what happened here? What happened if the user enters the number 20 here? Again, I starting from the 26 here, right? So we see, if the 20 here less than 26, 20 here less than 36. What happened? I go to the body of the loop. I see that's correct, right? I go to the body of the loop. I move it to the one stack here. So that means I have act now number 2. Act now number 2, right? So see, act number 2. I check it again. Now 20 here, not less than this one, right? 13. I don't do to the loop. I exit the loop. So I have act number 2 here, right? So I print it out. Discount here, 50%. That's all. You got the logic now? I hope you got the logic here. Honestly, I have to admit that I find it quite challenging me to explain the concept to you. But I hope that you got the logic now. Right? So now let me do it again. You remember that when you work this one, you always starting from the high range first. And if you want to starting from high range, that is the process. You want to starting from the last index here. Right? So last index here number 3. You know that? X here number 3. X here number 3. Right? Now I starting here. If I enter the number 50 here, right? So I compare here. 50 less than quality limit of X, that means 3 here. That means 26 here. Not correct. Not correct. What's it? I don't do anything with the loop. I just print it out here. Discount rate is a discount X here. X number 3, that means I have 20%. Make sense? Now, if I don't enter the 50 here, if I enter the number 20 here, I do the same here, right? X number 3 here. Now see, 20 here less than quality limit of X number 3, 26. Correct. Correct. That means I go to the body of loop. I go to the body loop. That means I decrease X by 1. Decrease X by 1. That means I move it to the previous range. Okay. So now I see act number 2 here. So see, when I act number 2, I go back to check it here, right? So now 20 here, less than quality dynamic of number 2 here. That means 13, not correct. So I exit the loop. I print out this cow act here, 15% because act number 2. Make sense? Okay, so you do the same process with this one. You do the same process with this one, right? So we see, you go to this one here, you do the same process, right? So I do here, I got it here, right? So now what happened? What I put act here? Act is what do you think? What I put act here? I want to starting from the last index here. What I put it? Remember, act here is the index, or you can put I or whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I put it here. What I put it here? 4, right? Because you have a 5 element, and the 4 is a last index here, right? The 4 is. So I just do the same, right? I do the same process, right? Why? Now tell me why. What do you put why here? Why what? Tell me.
So all the order number.
Yes. Order number here, right? Order number, sorry. Order number. Okay, I put what I put it here? Order number. What I put it here?
Less than.
Yes. It less than what? Less than what?
Order number items X.
Yes. So what I do? It less than what I do. I move to the previous range. So how we do it with the previous range? How I move it?
X equals X minus 1.
It's just all, right? X might equal to X equal. Okay, and I have NY here. And of course, after that, I just print it out. Right? So I print it out here. I output it. The discovery is what I put it here. What I put discovery here.
Separate and then.
Yeah, you have to keep track of X here, right? So you put the discovery. Remember, you have to use the X here, right? So actually, for this one, you can use I or J, it doesn't matter. That is only the index number, right? And okay, so you find out the discount rate already, and of course, from the discount rate, you can find out the bill and the bill after discount. Make sense? Now, I copy this one here. I copy this one into the Python, and you can see the logic here very clearly, right? The logic here very clearly. We need to work with the Python. This one. No. Alright, so I paste it here. I copy it into Python here. And you see the logic. Alright, you see the logic here. I know that I want to get it from user, right? So I have to convert into the integer here. I got input here. How many items you want to order? Okay, now I set item number 4, right? Because I have a 4. I have 5 elements here. I want to starting from the last element here, right? So I put it here, I put it here, I put it here. Right? Remember this one, this process here out of the loop, not inside the loop, right? Out of the loop here. So we see what happened here. We see what happened if I run with the loop. I run with the loop here. So I run here, I run with the loop here. Now see what happened here. Now see what happened here. If I put 200 here, right? If I put 200 here, what happened? You see, if I put 200 here, you can see what happened here. Right? So now we see the order number here. I starting act number 4. Right? You know that the 200 here, when you compare, right? 200 here, you compare to the 201 here. Sorry, 101 here, right? You don't do anything. Right? So what happened? X number 4 keeps the same, right? So what is it? Discard 25. Make sense? And now if I run it again, if I run it again, if I put this one, it is 75, right? And you see 75 here. You can see 76 here, right? So see again, starting X number 4, right? And you see 76 here. You compare to the 101, you let that. Correct. You go to the loop, right? You go to the loop here. See, correct. You go to the loop, and now you decrease X by 1, X number 3 now. See, X number 3 now, right? So now again, you have the 76 here compared to the 51. It's not less than. You exit the loop, right? You exit the loop here, and you have this carrot here. X number 3, that means you have 20%. Right? That's all. You see, you replace the whole process of the netted if and L, if and L, if and L, if and L with the process of the loop here. You got it? So that's why I mentioned that if you stay engaged in this class, if you actively engage in class here, I don't see any challenges. You find everything in my slide, but I hope you convert it into the work. Right? For this one, that's all. And you do this one, you do with the flow chart here. Very simple. I don't know why you miss it.
I forgot, that's the,
If you do it in the flow chart here, it's very simple, right? So see, I do the process here. Let me delete everything, or I can delete it. So I just copy it from pseudocode here. Right? I have start here. Right? Copy it from the pseudocode. I have declaration here. Right? And after that, what I do, I get input from user, right? I get input from user. So you know that whenever I get input here, I use this one. So I get input from user, how many I got it here. I paste it here. I paste it here. Right? And now, what's it? I follow exactly the same process. Right? I have X equals to number 4. So I put it here. Actually, you need to have the number X here also. You need to define the number X here also. Okay. So I have X. Or should be better, right? You should put length. Right? Should be better length. Array here. Name here. Discover it. -1. So it works for any array. Right? It's not about the pi element here. It can be 10 element or whatever. Make sense? Yeah. It's starting. Make sure this step here is starting from the last element. You don't care. You don't have to care that how many elements is there. Got it? Okay. And now see what happened here. Right. So I go to the body, the loop here. You follow exactly the same, right? I go to the loop here. You know that whenever we work the loop here, you have the where the loop here, this one here, right? Decision here, right? You keep doing it. You keep doing it until what? Right? You have y here. Y what? Y item order, right? Y item order here. Less than what? Less than what? Less than what? What do you put here?
X.
Right? Right? Okay. So if yes, you go to the body of the loop. Actually, in the body of the loop, also very simple. You just move to the previous range by the action here, like -1 here. That's all, right? And you go to the loop. You go back to the loop here. You go back to the loop to check it again. You go back to the loop to check it again. And keep doing it here. And of course, this one yes, right? Yes. And this one no. So you see, for the loop, For the loop, yes here, no here. Don't use it with the if and L. Otherwise, very confusing. So if you work if and L, we have to put no on the other end. Make sense? That's what I want to correct your project here. Right? So now here, user print it out, right? User print it out here. This style. What is it? What is this covering here?
Discount rate with index of X.
Yes, right? So we have the discount rate and index here. So, right? And of course, if you find out the discount rate here, very easy for you to find out the final bill after discount rate. Right? Okay, and after that, see, you just connect them together, you have N. I don't want to find out the total bill because that is simple calculation here, right? So you just connect them together. So we see, if you do this one, it's very simple here. If you see in my slide, you just follow the same. Make sense? Any question? I don't know why many of you don't do that. So we see for this one here, and you see, even that I don't want to work with for here. I put the length question of the discount rate here. And I minus one. So in that case, I don't have to care how many elements. Right? So think I have 1,000 here, I have 5,000 here, it doesn't matter. Right? 1,000 here, 5,000 here. That's this one I have 50%, this one I have 75%. It works exactly the same. It works exactly the same. See what I write here. Right? So if I put 10,000 here, yeah, I got it. Right? I got it here. Right? So yeah, it should be better you put from the length minus one here because you want to start it with the height range. What is the height range? The last element. That's all. Make sense? Okay, that's all. Any question, guys? Let me know.